Well, good afternoon, everybody. Just wanted to come on here and give you the forecast for the rest of today and the next 8 days after that as well. So, taking a look at our satellite radar. Partly cloudy skies out there, and we're still seeing those strong southerly winds. Now, farther up to our northwest, as a lot of us know, they have been busy since yesterday. Lots of severe thunderstorm warnings, multiple tornado warnings going across the Mid-South. So now we have a stationary front, and it's just going to hang right around there. So for our areas to the northwest, unfortunately, they are going to see a persistent rain over the next few days, and there's the total amounts are going to come in, and it's going to be pretty high. Now, for us, luckily, we're just going to be seeing those southerly winds and maybe a stray shower or two, mainly for tomorrow. Today, I do suspect us to be dry. So, taking a live look right now over the metro. As you can see, the camera's shaking out there. It's still breezy, and right now, it's warm. Temperatures are already into those 80s at 83 degrees. Humidity levels are way higher, but it's really no surprise because, well, look at that. We got a sustained wind coming in from the south at 24 miles per hour. So it feels like temperature of 88, and those wind gusts have been getting up to around 30 to 35 miles per hour for today. Luckily, not as strong as they were yesterday, but still fairly breezy out there. That could knock down some dead pine trees. So just make sure to keep that in mind if you got any around your property. So today we're suspecting high temperatures to get into those upper 80s to the lower 90s. So about 88 out in Carthage, Forest, and Mendenhall here in the metro, 89. Then Columbia and Vicksburg forecasted to get up to about 90 degrees with those partly cloudy skies. And overnight, we're going to see clouds filter the way back into our area, but we're not going to drop down too much again, only getting into those lower 70s, so definitely way above average for this time of the year for those overnight hours. Now take a look. The stationary front, like I said, it's going to just be hanging out to the north of us. We could see some stronger storms coming into North Mississippi, but I believe they're going to be staying right outside of our viewing area. If anybody's going to get hit with a stray shower or two, it might be Sharkey and Humphreys County, but that's about it. And even if they do, it's going to be a quick one that quickly comes on in, moves on out of your area. Then we get to those overnight hours. You can see clouds filter back in, and by the time we get to your Friday afternoon, better chance of seeing some spotty showers and maybe an isolated thunderstorm or two for those afternoon hours. But then by the evening, they'll filter on out, and we'll see those clouds build back up. But you can see farther out to our west, that system that's been giving us those stronger storms around the states, unfortunately, it's going to start to develop and push its way east, which means by this weekend, we are going to see some stronger storms affect us. So for today, we're going to be mainly dry. For Friday, stray showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm or two affecting us in the afternoon. Then on your Saturday night, going into your Sunday morning, that's when we're going to have that cold front pass over us, giving us the possibility of that severe weather, unfortunately. And by next week, luckily, we're going to be starting off dry, some cooler weather. So taking a look, as you can see, enhanced risk for areas along 55, farther out to our west, going towards the Mississippi River. Everybody else out to the east is under that slight risk, at level 2 out of 5. So strong winds for sure is going to be one of those main factors here. We could see some hail developing in some of these stronger storms as well. And then, of course, as we know, there's going to be the possibility of some quick spin-up tornadoes along that line as it pushes its way farther to the east. So let's take a look at this. This is our Saturday morning. We're starting off dry, just mostly cloudy out there. The afternoon hours, we're going to see stray showers possible, and then we get to around, let's say, 3 p.m. That's when it's going to start to cross over northwestern parts of Mississippi, going to affect North Mississippi predominantly, so areas north of I-20 for your Saturday late afternoon going into the evening hours. As you can see, around 7 p.m., it's affecting areas farther up to our north for the majority of that day. But then we get to, let's say, around the midnight hours, and that's where we're going to start to see some things change. We're going to see the Mississippi River, or the stronger storms out to our west, starting to cross over the Mississippi River. So around 3 a.m., that's when it's going to be closer to the metro, and then it's going to keep on pushing its way. So by 5 o'clock, the main line is going to be really starting to push its way east, right along that 55 corridor. Then by the time we get to, let's say, around 7 a.m., that's when it'll be transitioning into our Pine Belt counties. So unfortunately, it's going to be a pretty long storm for the Magnolia State, where we're going to start to see stronger storms in North Mississippi on our Saturday late afternoon into the evening, and then early morning hours on our Sundays when it's going to really start to push its way and move on out of the Magnolia State. So taking a look at those next 8 days. For today, 89 degrees, another warm afternoon out there. And actually, our record high for this day is 90 degrees, set back in 1918. So we do have the possibility of either tying it or breaking it, something that we'll have to see as we get into the late afternoon hours. For tomorrow, another warm day, high temperature about 88 out there. We're going to see the possibility of those stray showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm or two in the afternoon. And then for your Saturday evening, going into your early Sunday morning, that's when we're going to have to be weather alert, as we're going to have, unfortunately, those stronger storms persist and push its way into the Magnolia State. And then by next week, as you can see, a lot cooler out there. We're going to see morning lows starting in those 40s, high temperatures in the mid-60s, but by the time we get to the end of next week, that's where we're going to see our temperatures quickly keep on rising. We'll be making its way back into those mid-50s for your morning lows, back into the high temperatures for the 70s. Now, go and enjoy this weather today because we're going to be dry and warm out there, because we all know, unfortunately, this